Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today, I take you to discover the 10 most fascinating castles to visit in Europe. These are castles that have made the history and culture of the old continent, and that are still among the most visited and admired attractions by tourists. To choose these 10 castles, I used criteria such as the number of visitors, the architectural richness, the particular design, and the historical importance. Of course, this is a personal and subjective selection, and each of you could have a different list based on your own tastes and preferences. So I invite you to comment on the video and tell me what are your favorite European castles. And to help the channel, please subscribe and leave a like. The first castle I present to you is the Castle of Neuschwanstein in Germany. This castle is one of the most famous in the world, because it inspired the Sleeping Beauty's castle of Disney. It was built by King Ludwig II of Bavaria in the 19th century, as a romantic retreat and a tribute to the composer Richard Wagner. The castle has a lavish throne room, a royal bedroom and a balcony with a breathtaking view of the mountains. Here you can immerse yourself in a fairy tale atmosphere and dream with your eyes open. We continue our journey with the Castle of Windsor, in England, the oldest and largest inhabited castle in the world, residence of the English royal family. The castle was founded by William the Conqueror in the 11th century, and since then it has hosted numerous sovereigns and historical events. The castle has a Gothic chapel, a banquet hall, and an exceptional art collection. Here you can admire the splendor and tradition of the British monarchy, and pay tribute to the memory of Queen Elizabeth II. Let's go to discover the Castle of Chambord in France. This is the largest and most majestic of the castles of the Loire, and is considered a masterpiece of Renaissance architecture. It was built by Francis I in the 16th century as a hunting residence and a representation dwelling. The castle has an imposing facade, a terrace roof with turrets and chimneys, and a double helix staircase attributed to Leonardo da Vinci. Here you can appreciate the beauty and elegance of the French Renaissance and discover the secrets of the king. We change country and visit the Castle of Bran, in Romania, linked to the legend of Dracula, the famous vampire created by the writer Bram Stoker. The castle was built in the 14th century as a fortress of defense against the Ottoman invaders and the Saxon merchants. The castle has a Gothic and mysterious appearance, surrounded by woods and mountains, and furnished with furniture and objects belonging to Queen Maria. Here you can live an adventure between myth and reality, and maybe meet Count Dracula. Also in Romania is located our next attraction, Peles Castle. It is one of the most beautiful and modern in Europe, located at the foot of Carpathians. The castle was built by King Charles I in the 19th century as a summer residence for royal family. The castle has an eclectic design that mixes Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque, and Oriental elements. The castle has 160 rooms, decorated with furniture, paintings, sculptures, tapestries. Here you can discover the luxury and charm of the Romanian monarchy and visit its collections of weapons and books. We stay in Central Europe and reach Hohensalzburg Castle, in Austria. This castle is one of the largest and best preserved in Europe, and is located on top of a hill overlooking the city of Salzburg. The castle was built in the 11th century as a residence for the Prince Archbishops of Salzburg and as a military fortress. The castle has an imposing facade, a clock tower, a Romanesque chapel, and a museum of weapons and medieval instruments. Here you can enjoy a spectacular view of the city and the Alps. We move to Poland and arrive at Malbork Castle. It is the largest brick-built castle in the world, and has been declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. The castle was built in the 13th century, as the seat of the Teutonic Knights and a symbol of their power. The structure is complex and has 3 courtyards, a Gothic cathedral, a knight's hall and a treasure with precious objects. Here you can learn about the history and culture of the Teutonic Knights and admire their art and architecture. We return to the British Isles and admire Edinburgh Castle, in Scotland, one of the oldest and most famous in the world. It is located on a volcanic hill overlooking the city of Edinburgh. The castle has 3,000 years of history, and has hosted Roman legionaries, Caribbean pirates, and Scottish sovereigns. The castle preserves the oldest insignia of the United Kingdom, the scepter, the crown and the ceremonial sword. Here you can breathe the history and magic of Scotland and witness the famous cannon shot. We move to Wales and come across Conwy Castle. This castle is one of the most imposing and best preserved in the United Kingdom, and is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The castle was built in the 13th century, by order of King Edward I, as part of a system of fortifications to control Wales. The castle has a rectangular plan, with 8 circular towers and 2 fortified gates. The castle is surrounded by walls that enclose the medieval town of Conwy. Here you can admire one of the most majestic works of medieval military architecture. We conclude our tour with Prague Castle, in Czech Republic. This castle is the largest castle complex in the world, and is the historical and current seat of the sovereigns and presidents of Czech Republic. The castle was founded in the 9th century, and since then it has undergone numerous transformations and expansions. The castle includes a Gothic cathedral, a Renaissance palace, the Golden Lane, named after the fact that alchemists are said to have lived here, and a royal garden. Here you can appreciate the variety and richness of architectural and artistic styles that have characterized the history of Czech Republic. These are the 10 castles I have chosen for you. I hope you liked them and that they made you want to visit them. If you have any other questions or curiosities about European castles, write them to me in the comments. I thank you for following this video until the end, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.